Well, get ready for more rain this morning. A powerful storm is making its way towards San Diego with heavy downpours expected tomorrow. This comes after yesterday's rain caused a mess, from flooding to crashes and downed trees.
Meantime, people in Northern California are bracing for the storm to reach them today. They are still recovering from severe flooding over the weekend, which killed one person and damaged homes and businesses. The National Weather Service says today's storm could once again cause widespread flooding and power outages. Thanks for joining us here at 6 a.m. everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol in for Netta Arampour. So of course we're just not out of the clear just yet. We have a lot more rain on the way. That's why we have Evan Arani standing by with all of that info.
Little break here that we're going to get today, right? Get things done today.
Exactly. And every break is needed to kind of help the ground recover a bit, to get to less saturation there, because that increases our flooding risk. With more rain already saturating the ground from the last week or so, we see a coastal flood advisory in effect that will be prominent for tomorrow. But for today, take a look at your next 12 hours. We could even see a bit of the sun come through between about 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. or so, where we get a break in the wet weather. We get temperatures warming up nicely to the 60s, but I want to show you what's just off of our coastline. That center of low pressure right off to the farther off to the left-hand side of the screen of San Francisco. It's hitting Northern California as we speak, but it's going to keep migrating south over the course of the day, and that's where late tonight into early tomorrow, 7 a.m. tomorrow, we've got widespread heavy rain on the way. We'll talk about how much we could see in our forecast for tomorrow and what to expect beyond it coming up in just a bit.
Well, this morning you're being urged to stay out of the water at local beaches due to storm water runoff.
That's especially the case in Imperial Beach, where contamination from the Tijuana River has been a problem for decades. CBS 8's Chris Groh live in IB with more on what the new mayor is saying about all this. This is an issue that you've been covering for years, Chris. It just seems like nothing is ever getting done down there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been covering this for about 5 years now, since December. With every December rainfall, we hear all the time about the beach closures, but even that 5 years is minuscule compared to what some public servants and officials have been trying to deal with in terms of trying to solve this problem. You to look at former Mayor Serge Zadina and now new Mayor Paloma Aguirre, and look, she's been on the city council trying to solve this problem, and now is the mayor as the head of Imperial Beach trying to solve this problem. But what's going to help her and others is actually going to be a slew of federal money that will be coming in. $300 million. It's been approved. It's been earmarked. It's been allocated. It's something that's been talked about since even last year. And that's going to hopefully go to addressing the root causes of the problem, trying to address that bacteria litter and a host of other contaminants that flow north from Tijuana when we see this heavy amount of rain. It's about $300 million. The project that the money is going towards includes rerouting wastewater, fixing sewage pipes, and replacing the sewage treatment plant in Tijuana. Now, the problem is continuing to happen even right now. We saw that rain that came down. The beach likely going to be closed here, and that impacts residents and businesses here in a number of different ways, especially when you look at how many businesses rely on tourism, for instance, and then the health impact of that as well, too. All of that has a devastating impact on the city of Imperial Beach.
That's something we're going to see in the next couple of years, is shovels in the ground, expansion of our sewage treatment plant, so that we can see a significant reduction in our beach closure days during the winter months here in IB.
And what we're also finding out is that due to new research that inside the Tijuana River, they're still finding that same bacteria and contaminants that oftentimes are washed away due to the rainfall or in the ocean after that rainfall that comes in through the estuary. So it's something that continues to be a problem even when it's dry. That bacteria they're finding is still there. So we'll have to wait and see again, though, if these solutions will actually fix the problem. We still have to wait for all the construction to be done, for these projects to be started, and so it could be in the next several years. But again, the city of Imperial Beach continues to wait. Eric and Dana Marie.
A major waiting game. Thanks, Chris. This morning, a man is in the hospital after being hit by a truck after reportedly trying to steal a van. So here's what happened. The driver of a van pulled over on the 94 in Lemon Grove last night because he was having mechanical problems. As he went for help, another man appeared on the roadway, jumped into the van, and drove off. He only made it about half a mile before he pulled over, got out, and then was hit by a pickup truck. That man has major injuries.
This morning, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains in critical condition after collapsing on the field on Monday. His uncle told CNN that not only did Hamlin need his heartbeat restored on the field, but he needed it resuscitated again at the hospital. Hamlin's uncle also says he's on a ventilator and that his breathing is making improvements. Here's how his uncle describes the moment his family saw Hamlin collapse.
We were in Pittsburgh watching it on TV, and his little brother was there with us. And when he seen his brother drop like that, and when I tell you I never seen him cry or scream like that, like we were trying to calm him down, like, yo, it's okay, you know, he'll gonna get back up, he'll be back in the game, you know, woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. Next thing you know, it's 10 minutes later, they're doing chest compressions. It's a half hour later, they still not playing yet. I'm like, yo, what's going on? What's wrong with my nephew? And then, like, when I say, like, now we were all in the room crying, man, we were all in tears, man. And I'm not a crier, but like I've never cried so hard in my life, man. Just to know like my nephew basically died on the field and they brought him back to life. I mean, that's just heartbreaking.
Oh, such an emotional interview. Meantime, we are hearing from two former Chargers players about what happened to Hamlin. Both Miles McPherson and Willie Buchanan say the hit Hamlin took was pretty typical. They also say players are well aware of the risks involved in football, and the second they get on the field, their focus is entirely on the game.
You don't even think about things like that when you're on the field. Are you just out there to play football?
We're playing the game as aggressively as we can to get the job done.
All 32 NFL teams have changed their Twitter profile picture to pray for Damar with his jersey number. And the outpouring of generosity continues here for a toy drive started by Hamlin. A GoFundMe, as you see here, has passed the $6 million mark, with several big donations coming from other NFL stars and teams. Coming up here, Hamlin's collapse is highlighting the importance of learning CPR and other life-saving skills. We're going to have more on that here in just a few minutes.
This morning, SDG&E is reminding customers about rate increases. We told you on Monday the price hikes took effect on January 1st. The utility company says it's due to historically high natural gas prices. SDG&E says if your gas bill was $105 last January, your bill this month, get ready for it, will be around $225. They say this also impacts electricity rates because natural gas is used to generate electricity. SDG&E also wants to remind you they do offer financial assistance programs. This morning, Southwest says it's back up and running after more flight delays. The airline says a third-party vendor, IBM, had issues providing weather data yesterday. Southwest is already facing scrutiny over its cancellation of more than 15,000 flights last week. San Diego County residents are suing Southwest for that holiday meltdown. A class action lawsuit alleges regardless of weather conditions, Southwest should have known it could not provide adequate services because of staffing issues. Southwest is reimbursing travelers who were forced to make other arrangements by giving them 25,000 frequent flyer bonus points to those who were impacted. That can be worth up to $300. Yes, I know, but that is just not enough in my opinion.
Yeah, well, and the travel issues as far as the weather is concerned might be impacted again here tomorrow.
Yeah, especially across the state of California. I mean, that's where we expect California to, I mean, the majority of it already under a flood watch, could see some major flooding, especially up toward Northern California. Here in Southern California, we're expecting less of an impact compared to what Northern California has already seen. And for today, for starters, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a break from all of it. So let's take a look at what's going on now, and then we'll jump into what the rest of the day looks like. So right now, for the last 3 hours or so, we've seen a couple light showers mainly grace the coastline and make their way inland. It's all been very light. So everything that we've seen this morning has maybe given us a drizzle, if that. Throughout the rest of the day, we're expecting the chance of the sun even coming up, and that's, well, sun coming up, but then making its way out of those clouds, really. So the question on hand is how much those clouds are going to separate and part. So how much of the blue we could see by the afternoon. Temperatures are going to make their way to the mid-60s, and then we'll get a little bit of a cool down by tomorrow as that next storm arrives. 64 for your coastline, 66 for your inland valleys. Again, still just a few showers that are coming through in the morning hours, and then we'll get a bit of the sun by the afternoon. Let's take a look, though, at the timing and of the impact of this next storm. So I want to pause this at 7 a.m. tomorrow. We've already seen that first wave start to make its way come down. So early morning commute hours, that's where this is going to mainly cause an impact, especially up toward North County. Already seen 3/10 of an inch by that point. Down south, about 1/10 of an inch in Chula Vista and in El Cajon. Will continue all the way through your Thursday. And by the end of it, most spots are expecting between 3/4 of an inch and an inch total of precipitation. So temperatures are going to drop into tomorrow, upper 50s expected, and then we'll get a longer stretch of relief for Friday through Sunday of this upcoming weekend. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. So far, the only spot where we're seeing some light impacts are across the Coronado Bridge, where you could see mid-span speeds are down to about the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. Beyond that, we're not seeing any major traffic collisions to kick off your morning. So we will, of course, keep track of what the roads look like as you start off the day. Remember, they're still a bit wet out there, so good idea to still take it slower in some spots. CBS8.com/traffic has the latest.